Wednesday. My name is Julie, and this is my lovely sister, Kari, and we are the founders of A Natural Shift, where our mission is to empower busy women with simple tools to live a vibrant life. And that is why we are coming to you on this beautiful fall Wednesday. This is going to be a new time that we're going to come to you every week. So mark your calendar, set a reminder, 12:30 every Wednesday. We are going to be sharing a new health and wellness related topic. So we're super excited about this. Our first topic is going to be on the wellness or lifestyle pyramid. And this is doTERRA's wellness pyramid. I'm going to hold this up for you just so that hopefully you can see that. We're going to go through each component of this and kind of tell you how you can make some simple changes in your life to kind of level up in these areas and move the needle in a positive direction. So the first area you'll see here at the bottom, and actually the foundation and the largest area, is eating healthy, eating a healthy, balanced diet, which we all know is super important. A plant-based diet is a great start, and just a whole foods diet. Now, as we go through, Kari and I are each going to be sharing some tips on products and essential oils and just natural things that you could do to incorporate and level up in these areas. So as far as eating properly, lots of times we don't get, many of us don't get the proper servings of fruits and vegetables in our diet. So one thing that doTERRA offers that we absolutely love, I know Kari loves this as much as I do, is their Lifelong Vitality Pack. And that's also, sometimes you might hear it called the LLV. And that's basically their vitamins. It comes with 3 different components. One is just your standard minerals, vitamins that are very bioavailable, which means that your body knows how to use them and use them well. No synthetics, no toxins, none of that junk in there. But also it comes with 12 servings of fruits and vegetables for people who maybe don't consume enough of those. You get that good foundation. Then it comes with some omega fatty acids. So those healthy fats that we need to have a healthy brain, healthy immune system. And then it comes with something that's fairly unique. It's called alpha CRS, and that is basically doTERRA's cellular complex. So that just really helps keep our cells healthy and clean and free of any junk. The next thing that I want to mention to you guys is an oil blend called Slim and Sassy. Kind of has a funny name. I always kind of laugh when I hear Slim and Sassy, but it is a metabolic blend, and I love to use it in my water. I love to drink it in my water. Sometimes I'll put it in a smoothie. It's a little bit minty and really does not only, I feel, give you energy, but it also helps, again, to increase your metabolism. So if you're struggling maybe with weight or having some food cravings, then this would be a great thing to incorporate into your daily water and shake. And then the last thing in this category that I want to mention is drinking some citrus oils in your water. Now, those of you who might be new to essential oils, anytime you consume essential oils internally, and I would only recommend consuming doTERRA's essential oils because they have very strict sourcing and testing standards. But anytime you consume the citrus oils internally, you want to make sure that you are drinking those out of water or a stainless metal container. Otherwise, it could pull some toxins out of plastic or styrofoam, and obviously we don't want to consume those. So drinking them in your water throughout the day helps to not only get rid of toxins in your body, but it also just flavors your water. I mean, we all need to stay hydrated. We all need to drink more water, and this is just a great way to incorporate that more into your life. So those are just 3 products and tips that you could really level up in that first area of that foundation of healthy eating. And I think Kari's next going to talk about the next level exercise.
Yes. So as we're talking about being holistically healthy, sometimes you think, well, I'm just going to be more healthy and I'm going to, just try to eat better. Well, a lot of people think they can just maybe focus on one area and that's enough. But honestly, that's why we want to talk about a holistic approach that's looking at the whole picture. So you can't necessarily just exercise and feel like you're going to be just the best you can be and have all of, attain the health that you want. You have to look at all of these different pieces of the puzzle. So that's why we wanted to go over the 5 different areas that you need to kind of look at and give you these tips in each area. So as far as looking at exercise, this is something that obviously the first 2 are pretty much everybody knows you need to eat right and exercise. And sometimes we get a little bit just outdone with hearing this all the time, right? We're like, we know we need to exercise, but sort of how do you start to do that, and what could make it easier and maybe even more enjoyable, and just all of those things. So that's what I kind of wanted to talk about today. If you don't exercise currently, we both recommend starting off in a small way. How can you simply just be more active, not necessarily kill yourself at the gym, not think you need to work out, hours a day, nothing like that. Can you simply walk around the block? Can you just try to get more steps into your day? Something like that will be a great place to start. Now, this one oil is my favorite for during workout, before or after. Peppermint is one of my favorite oils to use for that, because I like to work out in the morning. A lot of the time, sometimes I'll go for a walk during the day, but a lot of times I try to get my workout done in the morning, and I'm kind of still groggy, just getting out of bed. If that's you, peppermint is going to be your best friend, because just a few drops in your hand and you can kind of cup to your nose and mouth and inhale. You can also put it on the back of your necks. Your neck, you just have one, right? And it will really help to wake you up. It's just amazing what the difference is with just using a couple drops of peppermint in the morning. So I love to use that. It also can help open up your respiratory system, help you breathe a little bit better. They also, doTERRA also has a blend called, a respiratory blend called Breathe, and it's great to use before you exercise as well. You can do the same little trick. You can put some in your palm, one of your palms, rub them together, and cup over your nose and mouth and inhale that way. And it really helps to just open up your respiratory system. Or alternatively, you can kind of put some on your chest and neck, and it helps to do the same thing. Just helps you to breathe a little bit better, especially if you're doing some type of cardio. That will be a great thing to do. Now, next blend I wanted to talk about is Motivate. Motivate is a great one. Obviously, we need to get motivated, right? We need to get in the mood to work out. We just, sometimes if you're just in a slump, it's hard to get motivated. So this blend is called the Encouraging Blend. So that will be a great one to maybe put on your pulse points, just to kind of get you going. It's got that minty feel to it as well. So similar to peppermint, but has a little bit more going on with it. So that's another great one to use. Now, let's say you just started working out and maybe you overdid it, or maybe like myself, I'm going through this sort of program and some of the workouts are a little bit harder than others, and I'm sore a good bit, just working different muscles. So I love to use Deep Blue for that. Many of you are probably familiar with this product, but it is phenomenal for any type of muscle aches, pains, tight neck, stiff back, anything like that. I love to use it in the cream form. You can get it in an oil or a cream, and you just kind of rub it wherever it hurts. It's pretty straightforward that way. So I love to use Deep Blue. And then one other thing, as far as just in general, is a great thing to do for being holistically healthy, is taking baths. And not only for what I'm going to talk about as far as your muscles, but just to relax you, just to have that time for yourself. It's great to schedule in a couple baths a week. I normally tend to take baths more in the winter because it's colder and you just want to sit in that warm water, but I usually at least take one bath a week year round. And it's great to add Epsom salt and some type of essential oils. Now, if you just wanted to relax, like lavender would be a great choice. But if you did have muscles that were just, stiff or tense or sore, you could add the Deep Blue in with the Epsom salt. Or another great blend is Aroma Touch to add to your Epsom salt bath. So those are some tips to hopefully help get you started with the exercise deal. I know that sometimes you just are like, I don't want to do it, but just get out there and try something simple, and I promise you will feel better just all the way around. So those are my tips on that. Julie's going to go on with the next section.
Awesome. Yeah. And, one thing that always comes to mind, years ago, I heard somebody say, that they never heard anybody say, gosh, I wish I wouldn't have done that workout. Gosh, I wish I wouldn't have gone to the gym. Nobody ever, ever, ever says that, because you always feel great. I mean, it's hard work, yes, but you always feel great after. Funny, my husband and I just went for a bike ride, and afterwards I told him, I was like, oh, I haven't ridden that bike in a while, and it was kind of rough, but I'm probably going to need an Epsom salt bath tonight. But, I know that really does help. And I just wanted to mention, like Kari said, I love to use Deep Blue in my Epsom salt bath, but another one that I pair with that a lot that you might not think about is the blend Console. It has a little bit of almost a soft, flowery type smell, and it's extremely relaxing. So I love to pair that one with Deep Blue. So that's just kind of another tip for you. If you happen to have that blend, try those together because they're great. So the next section or step in this wellness pyramid is rest and managing stress. And that might even be one of the hardest ones for most people, because the environment and the world we live in is super stressful, right? I mean, we have so many things like coming at us all throughout the day. And throughout the day, because of these stressors, our body is constantly being broken down, and our cells are being broken down. And so what happens is we need a proper amount of rest for those things to restore and to kind of get back to balance or a healthy state, so to speak. So ideally 7 to 8 hours. I'm sure you guys probably know that's the ideal amount of sleep that our bodies need, just to kind of recoup and recover from the things that have occurred during the day. I wanted to mention a few essential oils that are wonderful to help you with not only sleep, but also with stress. My absolute favorite sleep oil is the blend called Serenity. It's the Restful blend, and it is amazing. I mean, it has lavender, it has cedarwood, vetiver, it has some vanilla in it, and it just smells really wonderful. I love to diffuse that at night, and then I also apply it topically. I just, again, absolutely love the way that it smells, and it is super relaxing. It also comes in a soft gel. So I don't personally take the soft gels every night. I do take them when I travel, and I know that when I go to a hotel room, I'm not going to be sleeping as well. So I'll carry my soft gels with me and use them in addition to my diffuser and applying topically. But for some people who truly struggle with sleep and getting a good deep sleep, the soft gels are an amazing thing for them to use. I've heard so many people that just had, years of trouble sleeping that do so well with the soft gel. So think of that as an option if that's something that you might struggle with. The other thing that I love to use for stress and just kind of grounding is doTERRA's grounding blend. It's called Balance. Everyone needs balance in their life. I mean, like literally, it is sort of woodsy and sweet at the same time. It just smells amazing. And the nice thing is you can actually get Balance and Serenity in addition to Citrus Bliss free this month with a promotion that doTERRA is doing. So if you don't already know about that, you can certainly contact us and we can give you some more information on that. But such a great oil to have on hand. I love to keep the Balance in a roller bottle with some fractionated coconut oil, and I often add wild orange to that. That's a nice combination just for when you're feeling stressed or possibly anxious and you just need that kind of mellow grounding. I apply that to the kids all the time. We're in the car, they're acting crazy, they're arguing. I just pass the roller of Balance and wild orange to them, and they know exactly what to do with it. I mean, my kids are, know how to apply the oils themselves. So we typically just place them on our wrist, because when you have an oil, first of all, your wrist is, there's thin skin there. There's some blood vessels right near the surface, so you get some pretty good absorption. But also, when you have an oil like Balance that smells amazing, you can have the benefit of, the aromatic benefit of smelling it. So they know to put that on their wrist when I pass it to them. So that works out really well. And then the last one that I want to mention here, that's one of my absolute favorites for managing stress, is peace. Peace is one of the emotional aromatherapy blends that doTERRA makes. And it is very earthy smelling. It has some vetiver in it, which is super calming. I use peace, again, roll it on my wrist. Sometimes I'll diffuse it. It smells amazing, and you can really affect the mood of your entire house. If everyone's kind of uptight and stressed out, you don't have to, have them apply oils to themselves. Maybe it's your spouse, and maybe he doesn't really like to apply oils to himself. So you just put some oils in the diffuser like peace, and then everyone gets the benefit of those aromatic compounds spreading throughout the air, and the mood is just kind of chill and calm. So that's one thing that I absolutely love about using the oils in our home, is that we can really affect those things, affect the mood of everyone. So those are my tips on rest and stress management. Do you have anything you want to add to that, Kari?
Yeah. So just hearing you talk, it's so great when we can get our kids involved in different things like this, and we can teach them that this is how you take care of your body, in different ways. They see us eating healthy, and they see us exercising, and they see us listening to our body and thinking, what does it need, at this time, instead of just, going from one place to another, feeling stressed and not knowing what to do about it. That's how you get to an adult and you don't know how to deal with things because you never really taught. So I, as a mom, and I know you feel the same way, I love seeing my kids, take charge of these type of things. If they have a stomach ache, they go get the Digestin. If they have, a stressful moment, we not pass some balance and serenity or whatever it might be, but they know what to do with it. They know that that's where they turn to. And so that's pretty much priceless to me as a mom. So I'm thankful for that. I am going to talk next about how you reduce your toxic load in your home, which, speaking of kids, that's a big reason why I got started with essential oils, because you just are so much more aware of the things that you bring in, or you should be, most people are, of when you have children and they're in that home environment. You want to create a great home environment for them, filled with love, obviously, and great foods and all of those things. We think about feeding them right and all of that. But how are they, what's the air like they're breathing? What are you putting on their body that's absorbed and getting in their bloodstream? Different things like that are really a key part of living a holistically healthy lifestyle. So a few things that you could maybe consider if you don't already do these things, switching over. It's super easy. I'm going to share with you a great cleaner that you can clean your entire house with, and just other areas that you might want to think about trying to reduce your toxic load. So cleaning would probably be the most obvious, other than air fresheners, and we'll talk about that one in a minute. But cleaning is something that, it can be extremely toxic. That's probably one of the most toxic things that we bring in our home, other than the air fresheners. But, it's something that we obviously have to clean our house. So we were so used to, buying these certain products. And, I remember I used to clean the bathroom and it would give me an insane headache. And I just didn't know any other way, but I'm so passionate. And I know Julie is too, about sharing with people that there is another way. You don't have to feel sick every time you clean. You can let your kids come clean with you. How awesome is that you can give them a spray bottle, and it's okay if they get some in their mouth, or it's okay if they breathe in those fumes and you're not worried about that. So one of the most, the easiest things to do is make your own cleaners with essential oils. So something as simple as adding a few drops of On Guard to water, you can really clean your whole house with that. Sure, there's other more complicated recipes, not really complicated, but more complicated than 2 ingredients. But, that works just great. That's a great place to start if you want to start switching over your home to more natural options. So, you can clean your countertops with that. You can use it as a hand sanitizer. You can clean the bathroom. So that's a great place to start with cleaning. Now, moving on to air fresheners. Lots of people are finding out that air fresheners are really, really not so great for us. Like, it's up there with secondhand smoke, which is pretty surprising when a lot of people hear that. They're like, wow, they don't really think about it. Of course, we want our home to smell good, but is it at the cost of, those type of repercussions from that? I don't think so. But it's great that we have options of using essential oils to make the room smell great, but you also get all these other benefits from them as well. So that's an easy swap, in my opinion. You can make, hundreds of different smells from, adding different essential oils and different combinations to replace basically any smell that you like. Any kind of Yankee Candle or Bath and Body Works products, you can definitely replace those scents. So that is number 2 tip on reducing the toxic load in your home. And the third one is personal care. So, personal care, you might think of yourself, makeup and shampoo and body lotion, different things like that. But also your kids, you think about the things that you use on them as well. And there's definitely a lot of options in this area, but I would just recommend that you look at the products that you're putting on them and look at the ingredients and can you pronounce those? And is it from a company that you trust? All of those things, are just an area that you need to look at when you think about living holistically healthy. So doTERRA makes a great unscented lotion that you can add essential oils into, and you can maybe do a different blend for them. Maybe lavender's a great one that you can use at night after their bath, and then you can add different essential oils for yourself to kind of change up the scent, keep it, fresh and kind of clean as far as the scent goes. And just, I like variety, as far as the scents that I use every day. So that's a great option to use. They have shampoos and conditioners, all of those things. But this is one of the things that made it more simple for me when I started using essential oils, and I realized that doTERRA was a company that I could trust. And then they had all these other products, and it was like a no-brainer. I was going to all these different stores and trying to find the best products, and it made it way more simple. I could just get everything from one place. So I would just encourage you to think about those type of things and what are you bringing into your home, because it truly does make a difference in the big picture of health.
Yeah, absolutely. Those were great tips, Kari. And as you were talking, something that came to mind was talking about what we provide our families with and what we, give our kids and put on our kids' skin. Having some simple tools like this, essential oils and natural products is so empowering as a mom. And if you think about it, the mom, or even if you're not a mother yet, a wife, let's say, you're typically the one in charge of the family's health and whatever you're buying, whether it's an air freshener or a shampoo or a toothpaste. You're typically the one that's doing that. And it is so nice to be empowered with these simple tools to be able to feel good about the fact that you are giving your family something that is not harmful to them, that you're providing them with a natural alternative or, a solution to something that is not harmful to them, that is not going to cause repercussions. So I think that is so important to me as a mom and as a wife and just a caregiver for my family. The next step in the wellness pyramid is informed self-care. And, you guys that are listening or on live and those who watch the replay, you're already participating or leveling up in this area because you're educating yourself. Anytime that you take the time to listen to a class such as this or some type of podcast or something educational, that's informing yourself so that you know how to make the best decisions possible for you and your family. Other things, there are lots of resources, essential oil related, as far as some books that we like. The Essential Life book is a great resource to learn more about the different essential oils and products. Also, even those on our wellness team, you guys know we have a private Facebook group that is an educational and resource group. So things like that, just kind of informing yourself so that you can make it possible for you and your family. And really all of this, the top of this pyramid, if you can see this blue area up here, the top of this pyramid says proactive medical care. And that's really what all of this is about, is having that preventative mindset and addressing the root cause of whatever might be going on, in your body or in, your child's body. That's how these oils work. If you're not familiar with how they work, they actually restore balance, or what we call homeostasis, in the body. Whereas, often pharmaceuticals And there's a place for pharmaceuticals. Please don't get me wrong. I know Kari feels the same way. We're both in the, as professionals, I mean, we're in the medical field. So we know that there is a time and a place for that. But if you can give your body exactly what it needs without any added synthetics or anything that could be potentially harmful, then I think we would all agree that that's what we all want, not only for ourselves, but for our family. So the way that these oils work is they restore balance in the body, whereas some of the pharmaceuticals kind of just put a Band-Aid on the problem and don't address the root cause. So I think that looking at it from that perspective, it just makes total sense to grab for something, natural and holistic. If you can, you do that first. And if you need to use something else, then you go that route, but trying to really support your body and work with it is really key. Do you have anything else you want to add, Kari?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I agree with all of that. And as a pharmacist, I see it. You see it as a nurse practitioner. It's, when I first started pharmacy, the average person had about 2 prescriptions. And now, I guess about 15 years later, it's up to probably 10, I would say, would be the average. That's crazy to me, and I saw this trend happening, and I realized that I was not serving people in the best way that I could. And I'm so thankful that I found, a way to give people another option, because the current system and the current model is just simply not working. Something has to change, and I truly feel, I know we both feel, that this is the way into the future. So we're very excited about just providing more education on what that means, what that looks like. And this is why we choose these topics, because we know that this is going to have a great impact if you do implement these things. So that, I hope this information has been helpful. Even if you are already on this track, maybe, some new suggestions, some new ways to think about it, maybe focusing on a different aspect of something we've talked about today. And just sort of making you a little game plan. Start small. We're all about small changes, not huge, drastic changes that don't stick. Try to find something that you can change today, and just keep doing that. If it works for you, keep doing that. If it doesn't, tweak it. But just start somewhere. That would be my suggestion on this, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Any small step you take in the right direction is going to ultimately just compound and get you there to what your end goal is, which is really, as we said in the beginning, to live the most vibrant life possible. So thank you guys for joining us. If you do have any questions about anything that we covered today, please leave them in the comments and we'll be happy to answer them. And we hope to see you next week on the next session.
Yes.
See you later. Have a great day.